Now then, have been listening tonight to some of the help that's been going on around West Yorkshire. The floods have brought people out in the droves trying to help each other in this moment of time, in this moment of crisis, I suppose you could call it, because there's been so much devastation, there's been so much of misery, I suppose, in a way, that at a time when people are expecting to spend good quality time with their families, have a bit of a relaxation time, a bit of time to just be together, has been a really terrible time for them. A time where they've not been able to eat, they've not been able to keep warm, and they've been wet because of the rains, because of the floods, and they've had nowhere to sleep, all sorts of things. But equally, the generosity of people here in West Yorkshire has been amazing. They have turned out in their droves to help each other and people who desperately need them at a time when they need help the most. Now, one such person is Abdul Samad Mullah. He's with an organisation, Al-Imdaad, and they have been working all across West Yorkshire and further afield, trying to help people in the flood-hit areas. And I'm joined now by Abdul Samad. Hello there.
Hi, Musi, and to all the listeners out there. I hope you're all well today.
Thank you very much. And you've been working very hard, Abdul Samad. You've done a lot of work with people who have been hit quite badly by the floods, but you've been working relentlessly with your group, and you've had a really big group of volunteers, haven't you?
Indeed. We are a disaster relief organisation, and as well as working in over 70 countries, Musi, it's important that we help our own neighbours in this country of ours. And since the floods have hit, we've had over 300 volunteers who have come and helped in the different areas where help has been required. And it's been an amazing response, and it's important that we show our neighbours that we do care, and this is what the Al-Imdaad Foundation is all about.
So what is the Al-Imdaad organisation?
Okay, it's an international disaster relief organisation. We have 7 international offices with our head office in South Africa. Mm-hmm. The UK office has been registered for 5 years now. But wherever there's a disaster, wherever there's a need, our teams, our response teams go, deliver, assist in any way, shape possible, regardless of race, religion, creed or culture. And even last year in Somerset, when the floods occurred, our teams were there first. And similar this year, a few weeks ago, starting off in Cumbria, our teams responded instantly.
Now, as you said, you travel all over the world and work in disaster areas all over the world. What's the difference between working here in the UK and, say, if you're working in another flood-hit area in another part of the world? Is there any difference?
It's not much different, to be honest, with you, Musi. I mean, if you look 1 year ago today, there were floods in Malaysia, and our teams were there. Similar situation. Too much rainfall, they couldn't cope, they weren't prepared at all. And similar situation here in the UK because of torrential rainfall. Unfortunately, even though flood defences are in place, it's just not something that we're prepared for, to be honest. And whatever happens, and disasters are going to happen, we've just got to prepare and do what we can to help the people in need. So it's not different at all, in all honesty.
So where have you been going to? Which areas have you been targeting particularly to help out?
Yeah, since the floods have hit the UK, we've so far covered 15 different locations within a few weeks. In Cumbria alone, we're talking areas such as Keswick, Cockermouth, Carlisle, Glen Ridding. Then we turned up in Yorkshire, Shipley, in York, in Keighley as well. There was some flooding there. Then only a few days back, we actually spent our new year in Scotland. Dumfries, Castle Douglas, Newton Stewart, Prestoley near Bolton, that was affected as well. So what we do is our response teams, we get together, we're in touch with the local authorities, and we then decide where to scatter our teams.
Okay.
Now, we've got professionals, medical professionals, rescue teams. We've got volunteers from different parts of the country. And as you were mentioning earlier on your radio, that many of our volunteers that have been helping should have been spending quality time with their families, because it is our holiday period. But credit to the volunteers, the staff, and the whole team, because over the holiday period, all they've been doing is going to the affected areas, helping out with the cleanup operations, delivering aid, delivering food, and making a difference in any way we can. And it's quite surprising. When we first turned up in Cumbria, initially after the floods, the residents there just started looking at us thinking, well, these Muslim guys, what have they come to do here? And they were in a bit of a shock, and it was all over Facebook that 4 Muslim guys turning up in a black car. And we started engaging with them, having a chat, and we said, look, the only thing we've come to do is to help you, and that's our intention. We bought some food, we bought some cleaning products, emergency supplies for you at your time of need. And as soon as we said that, we just won them over, and even today, the people of Cumbria are so loving and caring. They're still in contact with us, and they're so appreciative. And they'll never forget, whoever helps you at the time of need, they'll never forget that.
So have you had that kind of response in other areas then, Abdus-Samad, or is it just there that you've had it? Or, are people surprised to see people who are obviously, from their appearance, Muslim, turning up to help?
I'll be honest, even in Scotland we had a similar response. Unfortunately, the problem we have, Musa, is because of the negative media that the Muslims do get. The residents in the areas think we're all the same. But it's only when they engage and they talk to us and to see what we're really about that they sort of think different. But, I think it's important as Muslims, whatever faith we have, at times like this we unite. We show solidarity, we show that we can work together, and as humans, as humanity, we've got to work together. And if you go back and look at the sayings of the final prophet, peace be upon him, he said to the nearest meaning, the best of mankind are those who benefit mankind. And this is important, no matter who's affected, no matter what background, no matter what race, religion. It's important we help and show that we do care for you. And this is what the Al-Imdaad Foundation have been doing.
Have you been surprised by the number of people that have come forward to help and volunteered to go around the UK helping?
I'll be honest. Initially, when we first went, we came back, we did an assessment, we put messages out on our website, on our Twitter, and we mentioned that further help is required. Now, the message was sent out on Thursday, and on Saturday, Sunday after, we had 300 volunteers ready. Wow. So, fantastic response, and it shows that people do care. And it shows that they do want to go and help. But, it's important, anyone that's in need, we go there, help. Whether it's just to clean up or just show your presence to help them in any way possible. Because many of the households that we've visited in the different parts of the country, the lower levels of the homes have been badly affected. And the carpets, the electrical goods they all need to be taken out. And unfortunately, many residents in Cumbria alone are of old age in certain areas, and they can't lift anything. So it's important we go there, we show them that we're here to help, and even if it's food parcels. We've got an organisation in Blackburn that work with us called Food for Thought, and they have helped us provide over 1,000 meals, which we have delivered to all those that have been affected, and the work is continuous.
Right. And here in West Yorkshire, you've started to help here in West Yorkshire, in Shipley and Keighley. How bad were things up there?
Yeah, it's quite similar. Certain areas were badly affected. In Keighley, in Shipley, our teams were there last week. And in York, our teams from Bolton actually travelled to York as well. And it's a similar situation everywhere. It's just that the water levels are something we can't really cope with, we're not prepared for. And I received a message the other day and a phone call saying, what can we do to prevent these things from happening? Unfortunately, the truth is we can't really do anything, because if the rainfall doesn't stop, what are we going to do? So I think it's just important at times like this we unite, We unite as humanity, we work together, and we show that we do love each other, and we've got to work together, and this is what we've done.
Great message there. Thank you very much, Abdul-Samad, for talking to us, and continue with the good work. Good luck.
Fantastic. I say thanks for all your help. I would say to all the listeners out there, if you do want to see the work, just kindly visit our website, which is www.alimdaad.co.uk, and all the footage is on there. And our Twitter page is at @alimdaad_UK. And special thanks to you, Musi, and the team for allowing us on there.
Do I get a hint of a Scottish accent in there somewhere?
No, I'm from Lancashire. But
it sounds a little bit Scottish to me somehow.
maybe after working there a few days, I've picked it up.
Maybe you have. Good. Thank you for talking to us. Take care.
You look after yourself.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There you are, Abdul-Samad Mullah. They're talking to us about the work that they're doing around the country and trying to help people following the disasters that they've had with the floods.